Hey guys, so welcome to part 2 of my huge book haul that is going to come to you in 3 different parts. This part of the haul is going to be books that I got at just different places, like thrift stores, and I ordered a couple online, but I just didn't open them on camera. One's from Half Price, one's from Barnes & Noble, just kind of all over the place. So let's just get into it. This first book I bought from the thrift store, and I honestly cannot believe I found it there. Like, this book retails for $35 and I got it for 50 cents, which is a steal. This is not really a book that I had planned on buying anytime soon, but when I saw it there in the condition that it was in for so cheap, I knew I would probably never find it again at that price. So I snatched it up, and it is The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. I do want to read it at some point in my life, so I just couldn't leave it sitting there for 50 cents. It's really nice. This next book I actually got on thriftbooks.com a while ago. I actually bought it for my grandmother for Christmas. She read it already, but when she reads books, no matter how much she likes them, she just gets rid of them. So I asked her if she would give it back to me so I could read it, and that is The Walk by Richard Paul Evans. This sounds incredible. I love Richard Paul Evans. This is about a man who loses everything, and so he just decides to pack up the bare necessities and literally walk across the country. It sounds so good. I know I'll love it, so I can't wait to get to it. These next 2 books I ordered from the book depository, but the reason I didn't open them in my unboxing is because when I got these packages, I thought that I was gonna have to send these books back. This first book had, the package when I got it had a huge hole in it, and I was really afraid that my book was going to be damaged and I was going to have to send it back. So I just wanted to open it right then and there. And that is The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Disappeared. And this is by Jonas Jonasson. This is about this man on his 100th birthday who escapes from his nursing home, and it's about his adventure. And I think it also kind of reflects on his life. And I know I'll enjoy this. It sounds so good. I have been holding out for this specific cover for a long time because I love it so much, and I finally decided to pick it up. And then this next book that I ordered from the book depository, I did not realize how thin it is. And so when I got the package that was really, really thin, I was like, they've sent me the wrong book and I'm gonna have to send it back. But thankfully that wasn't actually the case. And it is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. This is the 25th anniversary edition, which is beautiful. The back is gorgeous as well with a quote from the book. And I just love it. I can't wait to read this. It's one of those that I know I'm gonna love. It's about this boy. He's traveling from his homeland in Spain to go to Egypt in search of some hidden treasure, apparently. And it's about his journey, and apparently it's just incredible. These next 5 books are actually from Book Outlet. So again, you might be wondering why I didn't open it in my unboxing video, and the answer is simply because I did not want to wait until I felt and looked better to open the box on camera. Sorry about that, but you know, you still get to see the books all the same, so it's fine, right? First I have The Twist Rose Key, which I cannot pronounce the author's name, so I'm going to let you look at that. It's a Norwegian name and I just know I would butcher it, so I apologize. I wish I was better at saying authors' names. This sounds absolutely adorable. I've really been into middle grade lately, which this is a middle grade book. This is about a girl who finds this key to this world where pets that really, really loved their humans go when they die. She ends up finding her pet in this world, and they go on this adventure to save the prince of this world, I think, and it just sounds incredibly cute and fun. This was actually a scratch and dent copy for like $3.99, and the only thing is like this tear on the back, which I couldn't care less about. So I was really excited to find this so cheap. I've been seeing this everywhere. Everyone's been raving about it. And I just have to show you that each chapter has like these really adorable illustrations as the headers, and they're just so cute, and I cannot wait to read this. Next we have Bobcat and Other Stories by Rebecca Lee, which is a collection of short stories. I've been wanting to buy and read more short story collections. This one I've heard really good things about, and it was only $2.50, which is awesome. It's such a well-made paperback that covers kind of velvety. It also has the flaps with the deckled edges, which I absolutely love when paperbacks are in that format. I'm so excited to get to this, and I'm so happy I got it so cheap. Next I have Dare Me by Megan Abbott, which is a book I've been wanting for a long time. This book just really is intriguing to me, especially right now because I'm really into dark, creepy books. Not scary like horror stories, just with like twisted people and characters. This is about a group of cheerleaders in high school. They end up getting a new cheerleading coach, and one of the really extremely popular kind of mean girl types, does not really take well to the new coach, I think. A suicide takes place, but the police end up investigating it, thinking that the cheerleading squad and the coach might have something to do with it. The line of the synopsis that really got me says, "The raw passions of girlhood are brought to life in this taut, unflinching exploration of friendship, ambition, and power." And sounds like some messed up characters to me, so I'm excited about this. This next book is one I had never heard of before, which I rarely pick up books randomly from Book Outlet that I've never heard of, but this one just really was calling to me. It's a nonfiction book, which is another thing I don't typically pick up, but like I said, it wanted me to have it. It is The World's Strongest Librarian, which is by Josh. Yeah, I don't know how to say his last name. This is about this guy who, he talks about his childhood and growing up and how he was just extremely tall and just a really big guy. He ends up finding solace in books, which of course I can relate to, as well as weightlifting. And it also talks about his struggle with his faith. He was raised as a Mormon, and he also has Tourette's. So it talks about all those topics. Oh, and also he became a librarian, which is something I'm extremely interested in. So just everything about this book intrigues me. On the front it says, "A memoir of Tourette's, faith, strength, and the power of family." So I just feel like I'm going to love this. It's a very beautiful and well-made book. It also has the deckled edges. And I really am excited to get to this. And the last book from Book Outlet is Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. This is a book I've been wanting to pick up for so long, but I just never did because it's quite expensive for the hardback, which is the edition I want because look at it. This is about a woman who has been accused of murdering 2 men. So basically this is her story about her awaiting her execution. It sounds so good. This haul is taking way longer than I wanted it to. This next book I picked up from Half Price. They emailed me a coupon to get something 50% off and it was one day only, so of course I had to take advantage of it. I got this book for $4.75, which I'm so excited about. And that is Atlantia by Ali Condi. I've had my eye on this even before it came out. It is about an underwater world and it just sounds so good. I can't wait to get to this summer. This next book I got at Barnes & Noble and it was pretty much a Valentine's gift from my mom, because that's the only person I get Valentine's gifts from. It's one of the Barnes & Noble leather-bound editions of like classics, and it's so beautiful. I'd never seen this one before, so I think it might be like a newer one that they've come out with, and it's just, I can't even get over how beautiful it is, and the fact that I own it. Like, is this real life? It is This Side of Paradise and Other Classic Works by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I'll just give you a moment to just admire its beauty. Look at the spine. Oh my god, the spine. The back, the gold pages. This has This Side of Paradise and The Beautiful and the Damned, as well as 2 short story collections. So I think there's like a total of 19 short stories. Now all the rest of these books I got from the Goodwill for 50 cents a piece, which is just amazing. I've really been lucky lately going to the thrift stores, and I'm really excited about all of these. First we have The Road by Cormac McCarthy, which I've heard nothing but good things about. It's a post-apocalyptic novel about a father and son, and they're walking this road trying to survive. I've heard it's really dark and creepy, but I really think I'll enjoy it. I kind of get like this Walking Dead vibe from it. Not that there's zombies in this, but just the post-apocalyptic feel with the father and son dynamic, which is similar to Rick and Carl on The Walking Dead. Don't know if I'm accurate with that, but we'll see. So excited to get to this. Next, I picked up A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. Whenever I see his books at the thrift store, I pick them up because I want to collect all of his books. So a hardcover for 50 cents, it's really awesome. I haven't read this one yet, but I plan to at some point. Next I have The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon, which I've heard so much about. This is apparently about an autistic boy who finds a dead dog in his neighborhood, and so he decides to investigate. Sounds so unique, and I feel like I'm gonna love it. This next one I kind of freaked out when I found it in the store because it looks brand new. Like, it looks like I walked into Barnes & Noble and picked this book up. It is in absolutely perfect condition, and it's a pretty popular book. So I'm just really happy I found it. And it is The 100-Foot Journey by Richard C. Moraes. This has been turned into a movie, as the sticker says, so it's definitely one where I want to read the book first and then watch the movie. This, I think, is about an Indian boy who comes to Paris to become a chef, or he ends up becoming a chef after he comes to Paris or something. I'm not really sure. This next book, oh my gosh, I was so excited to find this. It is The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie, which is by Alan Bradley. I've heard so many good things about this book, especially from Leslie from Words of a Reader. She talks about this series a lot, It's a book that takes place in the South in the 50s, I think, and it's about this young girl who is trying to solve a murder, I believe. Lots of people love it, so I'm excited to pick it up and see what it's all about. The next thing I found was Artemis Fowl, the first book in the series by Ian Colfer. Sorry for the glare, it's extremely shiny. It's really weird how this worked out because a few days before I found this book, I decided I wanted to collect this series in these editions. I owned the second book in these covers when I was really young because I ended up buying it at a book fair, not realizing it was the second book in a series. And so I just really want to have these specific covers for nostalgia's sake. And I really want to read this series pretty much for the first time because I've only ever read the second book. If you don't know, Artemis Fowl is a 12-year-old genius and criminal mastermind. So, you know, lots of fun. And finally, the last book that I have is Out of Sight, Out of Time by Ali Carter. This is the 5th book in the Gallagher Girls series, which I only have the first book and I haven't started reading it yet. But I just collect these books whenever I find them so cheap because why not? This series is about a school of undercover spies. How could that not be amazing? So that is it for this part of the haul video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you can be on the lookout for the next part of the haul, which should be coming in the next day or so, and I will see you then. Bye. My eyelashes keep sticking together. Specifically from Lindsay from Words of a Reader. Lindsay, is that her name? Leslie. My bad. Okay, these are really heavy. Struggle of the thumbnail. Every booktuber understands.